That's my cue. Welcome everyone to our Monday evening community call. Robin and Gregory here. We love being together every Monday night to share updates, what's going on with the company, what's going on in our Live Younger community, and talk about some wonderful things happening. And we are in Florida. We've been having a whirlwind time seeing so many wonderful people sharing the good news of LifeWave. And we just finished a home meeting at Jeff and Angela Steemek's magnificent home down in Port Charlotte and got to meet a bunch of new people. And I think everybody signed up, actually.
I think
I
so.
think they
We
did.
ran out of applications. We had a
We
principal.
ran out of applications, we ran out of patches. Not really, but
Yeah.
it was great. So this evening, we're going to bring on a few special guests to share about our weekend and to share about their experience at the boot camp that was put on by Dr. Stacy on Saturday down in Orlando. And we've got some special friends here, and a few of them have been with Lifeway for a long time, and a few are quite new. So you're going to get to know these new ones really well because boy, are they something special. So should we jump in?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. So let's see who's up and ready. Well, let's start with Dr. Velvet, and we'd love to hear from you guys about, something that you gleaned from Saturday or your time in Florida. You might have learned it from one of the people you talked to, but something that could be usable for other people that weren't able to be there with us. And oh, look at these beautiful faces. I love it. So we have several wonderful guests for you tonight. So Dr. Velvet, why don't you start it off? And then we'll go up to Rose, and then we'll go around the clock here. So Dr. Velvet, you're on.
Well, thank you very much. Wow, what an amazing time. I got to hug on so many new people. People recognized me from doing some of the other things I've done with you guys. So I got to meet new people that way too. But all of the presenters, I learned so much from all of them. I always say that whenever you go to an event like this, you're going to get some kind of golden nugget, even if it's just one thing. But I actually got three things. So I'm going to go ahead and break those down just really quick for you guys. So one of the things I had a hard time with when we started LifeWave, or I started LifeWave, was the word duplication. I was like, no, nobody can duplicate me. I stand by that. I'm an individualized expression. And what I learned through the presenters is that duplication equals freedom. It frees you up to be more of who you are. It frees you up to do more of what you love, but also spend more time with the loving team that you have. So duplication means something so different to me now. And I'm really grateful for Connie because she was the one that was sharing all of that. And as you look at it, it says, you kind of think, well, gosh, that can be boring. Okay, so simple doesn't have to equal boredom. The simpler it is, the more freedom you have to go out and play, enjoy. And I just got off a call with my team and I said, make it simple so that you have time to go on these amazing trips that you can earn. And so they were just like, oh my gosh, so they really got it. And then Beamy, oh my gosh, I just want to put her in a paper sack and carry her around with me wherever I go. So what I learned from Beamy, and I loved her presentation. Of course, it was playful, like I like to do, but she really hit it home when she was talking about communication, having that girls' day out. And on the way home, I told my husband, I said, you just need to know I'm going to have a girls' day out. I'm going to get all dressed up. I'm going to get my bag, and I'm just going to go everywhere. I'm going to invite women to talk to me. But here's what I learned, Beamy, is that communication equals connections. Because if we're not communicating, we're not connecting. And all you're doing is sitting there with yourself, and you're going to feel sorry about yourself that you're not having this and having that. And I'm notorious for building my own family around me. I've done it for years when I've built businesses that I hired my friends. And so I'm not going to see this any different now, is that when I invite people to join me with LifeWave, they are going to be the friends that I've signed up to be partners with me. So Beamy and Connie and so many more. It was just fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And it's always a treat to see you, my dear. There's nothing like
Thank
being in
you.
person and getting those hugs. So maybe we should bring on Beamy next because you set it up for her. So Beamy, take it away. She's our, what do you call yourself? An elfin? No,
A
a
what?
pixie, a pixie.
Pixie. No, I'm a fairy. I
You're a
come,
fairy.
Fairy,
Excuse me. Okay.
and Melanie and Yara understand this. I met them this weekend. They're wonderful, I think, newbies on your team, and we had so much fun. So yeah, it's so awesome always, like Dr. Velvet said, to hang out and be in community because something magical happens and your dedication, your inspiration, your commitment really accelerates. And that's what I saw with everybody there. It's like a fire, we're all embers in the fire, and being around David and hearing all the speakers lights up everybody's heart and excitement to really commit to another level. And I will mention a little bit about my talk. I know I'm going to do something more when for one of Robin and Gregory's calls, but it was really interesting for me to put that talk together, and I went through a lot of changes, and prospecting and list making are very important when you're building a business. And, list, everybody hears that. Build your list, make your list, the warm market, the hot market. That's something we all know how to do, looking at our contacts. What is kind of challenging for people is going out and prospecting. And it kind of has some kind of a heavier tone for what people think prospecting is, but yet it can be such an exciting adventure. And that's what I kind of focused on and made it like a playground. And that's what Dr. Velvet was talking about. It's like you're making a date in your calendar to actually go out and play. You're looking for those playmates, those golden nuggets, the pearls that you want to be on your team. And the whole world is out there. And so go do something fun. Go to, and I gave examples, and it was fun for me because it enlivens the prospecting. And I think that's what a lot of people came up with afterwards, is that they really found a new mindset. So that is really important to pass on to your teams because, working your contacts is one thing, but we're always out and about. So how can you turn those everyday moments into magical business building moments? Because it's conversations build your team. And like I said in the presentation, they're all just around the corner. Wherever corner you turn, there's another conversation to be had. And just a really quick thing that happened on my way home, our plane got delayed, right? I'm thinking, oh God, and we had to deboard. And I come out and sit, and on two sides of me are two women. One is telling me about all her health problems, another one, her knees aren't working. I patched one, I talked to the other one, I showed videos. I'm going back and forth between me. I'm like, woo, this is no wonder the Lord, gave us a plane, there was I had to reach these women. That's what I figured. It's like it happened in my favor. So it was a gift. I turned the frustration into a gift. And then there were two other women sitting further down that had just finished playing a tournament. They're in their 60s in Florida. And so what do you think I talked about? I mean, it was like a playground, a treasure hunt. And so that's what I feel is important for people to really get and turn their teams onto.
Oh, Beamy, so wonderful. And it is a playground. And when people change their mindset, it really is fun. And you embody that so beautifully. When we had a little interesting situation, we get up to our room and we meet our bell captain, and we were both on the wrong floor. And what's this property? And this man was just a gem. And I went, I'd like him in my business. And he ended up picking us up in the cart at the end. And I said, "Are you open to an income opportunity?" And I gave him, turned him over to Beamy to take the rest of, but we're always looking for the people that have that great energy that you want to have on your team. And it is a playground. So thank you so much. Well, what we'd like to do next is bring on Rose Holmberg. And Rose and Randy live in Arizona. They went all the way across the country to be with us and to be at this event. So welcome, 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 Rose and Randy. And we'd love to hear some nuggets that you guys got.
Well, first of all, we had like 13 team members come from coast to coast. And our team has been, we caught the fire again. We had a flicker going because of stuff. And when we found out that you were our upline, that's all it took. And so we're all doing the happy dance now. And so for the first time, we got together in Orlando and we rented an Airbnb. We had like 6 or 8 bedrooms. I don't know how many bathrooms, but we got to meet the people in person and get hugs. And we sat up until 1:30 in the morning the first night talking and how's the Patches changed their life and telling stories and laughing and the bonding. Such a wonderful group of people we have. And it's like our family. And so it was like this every day, every night. And so to meet the people, in person and not just on the Zoom is better than nothing, but it was awesome. So I sent out a group text, a voice text today, and I said, "What was your takeaways?" And so here's a couple of things that was mentioned, Connie, on equipping new members, new brand partners that come on board, the importance of that. And somebody else shared about getting in their phone. And another brand partner mentioned that they love the idea of having a personalized invitation, that Marcy has a team member or a gentleman that'll do that for you. And then there's Amy Holmesy. Amy, we have never connected at an event. I've only been to a couple because it seemed like life happened every time we were scheduled to go. But she saw me and she practically picked me up off the ground. And we just hugged and hugged and hugged. And because we used to be on her Zooms years ago when she did Zooms. And so her message was vision is about passion, purpose, and possibility. And if your vision doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Vision must be laser focused. Key is consistency. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And so we are ready to jumpstart everything again because we know where we belong now and we're ever so grateful. And I'm so happy.
Oh, that's so wonderful. It was so great to meet you guys. So Rose and Randy are in Arizona. Randy, you want to say anything?
Well, I just wanted to share the fact that this was a boot camp, but I could feel the convention spirit in it. And my point is, I want to promote the convention. I hope people, for whatever reason, don't say, "Oh, it's the same old whatever," or don't make excuses. That they go for the purpose of building a team, being a team member, sharing ideas, how we can help each other, and learning, and convention just does so much, so many things like that I'm very excited for October to come around when our convention will take place.
Well, I just need to say, Randy and Rose, highlight for me was meeting you guys. You and the team that came all the way,
From all over the place.
all over the place. You gathered your tribe and they all showed up. And that's the key to success, is showing up. So we're so excited, and I know you're going to have rows of people together with you at the conference.
Thank you, Gregory.
Yes. And when we were sitting in the restaurant on Saturday night, all of a sudden I looked up and there was Dr. Velvet. And I think I stood there with my mouth open, so excited to meet her. And then Janet came over and gave us a hug. And oh my gosh, just everyone. It's just so loving. I love Beamy. Beamy and I go way back.
That's so
That's
wonderful.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
I love just her flair and her fun way about her. Mhm.
She's a wonderful one. Well, we have a treasure chest of wonderful people.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring on the next treasure, and she came from Florida. She drove, got in late, and she's the daughter of a very dear friend of ours, and I'm thrilled to have her on our team. Her name is Yara Vinay, and you guys are going to be hearing more and more from this one. She is amazing. So, Yara, you want to share a little bit about the value for you and what you're going to implement because you came on to the weekend?
Gosh, she was there a minute ago.
She was here. Are you there, Yara? We don't hear you or see you. Well, let's move over to Melanie and then hopefully we can get Yara back. So Melanie is another new treasure on our team. Oh my gosh. And she and Yara bonded big time. They're both, Melanie is an acupuncturist and a very wise one and a gem to have on our team. So you want to share about a little bit about what you gleaned from the conference?
Yeah, so this is my first time going to a LifeWave conference. I'm pretty new to LifeWave, so I'm just starting from the ground. And I was just so excited to get to meet everyone in person. So I got to meet Robin and Gregory, I got to meet Beamy and Yara, and my sponsor, Judy Daniel. And it was just like, it was weird because it was like, wow, I just saw you online a week ago, but now it's like I get to see you in person. And there's just so many hugs and like just really bright, like enthusiastic people, and it just gave me a lot of motivation to be around like such light, really. So that was the biggest takeaway from the weekend, was just the opportunity to get to meet people in person. But from the presentations, I got really lit up by the kind of contemplating the topics related to the why. And I took some pictures on my phone of the slides, and I wanted to share this as food for thought for people tuning in, and really kind of tuning into the bigger picture and the vision and like what keeps you motivated. Like for me, since I'm starting at the bottom, I'm not making like a huge income or anything like that. So to keep going at it and to keep pursuing it, just kind of looking at things like I'm reading off the slide now, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I don't remember who the presenter was, so I'm so sorry. Maybe you guys remember who the blue was. But it was like, ask yourself, what do you want to wake up to every day? What does my ideal day look like in 1, 3, or 5 years? What legacy do I want to live or leave behind? And your vision should stretch beyond your comfort zone. If you don't challenge you, it won't change you. So that just kind of lit up as kind of, chasing that why and really focusing in on like the bigger picture and everything. And then there was another speaker, it was Marcy. She was teaching how to launch your brand partner. And that was a concept that I had never thought of before, as far as like actually starting your brand partners' businesses for them and creating a 30-minute Zoom call and having them organize their whole community and invite everybody on, and how to do the invites and the flyers, and then just really get them launched and get them started. So that was another huge takeaway. So this next month, I'm going to be planning at least a couple launches for my brand partners.
Love it.
Excellent.
Love it. Well,
Excellent.
welcome to the Live Younger community. We're excited to work with you and see all the lives you're going to touch, Melanie. Thank you so much. So now we're going to go back to Yara. I think we have her this time.
Hello,
Very
everyone. Sorry, my phone died right as I was getting a lovely introduction from the lovely Robin. And so I quickly jumped on my computer now that I'm back from walking my dog. So thank you for your patience. And it's lovely to be here with you all.
So what was the value for you? What are you going to put into action because you came to Orlando?
Well, My path to Orlando was kind of unique because for the last year I've been doing this with my ex-partner who overthinks everything and needs to build new systems and do things in a particular Virgo fashion. And I am a free spirit. And when I met Beamy, I knew she was a fairy, and I am going out to buy like a really awesome big bold purse because that sounded to me like the perfect way to meet people, because I talk to strangers. All of my best friends are my best friends because I talk to them on the street or something at one point or another. So the connecting with people everywhere you go really resonates with me. But the thing I took away the most was make it repeatable, make it easy, and you don't have to recreate the wheel. And for me, who has been in the process of recreating wheels, Bits, drop that. Sorry, I'm also a dog mom. And he's tearing up my Grateful Dog. The most important thing, Bits, and sit. Sorry about that, guys. The most important thing was that I don't have to figure it out for myself. I can do what other people have been doing successfully and works for them, and I don't have to spend my energy figuring it out. Bits, come here. This is my baby. So I'm
Oh,
just
baby.
why. So Bitsy, say hi. This is my why. So I want to spend my days with my dog, and I want to help people feel better. And I have been a healer my whole life, and having something that I can confidently tell people that it is going to help them with what they need. As a Reiki master, I like to tell people it's like Reiki in a patch. And so I am so grateful to kind of feel like I have the green light from the universe by meeting all these incredible people, being themselves, doing what they love, making the world a better place. And I don't have to figure out how to do it. I can just do it the way people do it. And that brings me a lot of freedom because I can do it in my own unique way, but I don't have to start from scratch. And I think that the mental barrier a lot of people have to getting into business is they're like, but I haven't done business before, or, you know, whatever there is going through their mind. But knowing that all of the tools I got this weekend, like learning about launch parties, awesome. You know, like I'm sure maybe someone had talked to me about that before, but I wasn't in a place where it sunk in. And so being with people with incredible energy, doing wonderful things, I think I was way more porous and open to all of these ideas and, you know, suggestions of ways that my life could be easier. And that's a revelation within itself. So I can make people's lives better and easier by making my life better and easier. Like it was very, that's my big walk away, and just getting to meet incredible people with awesome energy is infectious. So uh, everything about it was awesome. And getting to be with Robin and Gregory, that was a special surprise for me, or a special gift for me. And meeting Melanie, meeting Beamy, meeting everybody. But I have new friends for life.
Oh, it was so wonderful that you were there. We were thrilled that you were there. And what you said, Yara, is one of the most important things in our business. We don't need to reinvent the wheel.
No.
The tools are already there. You just use them.
Yeah.
And then you
And
have
you saw what I went through for over the last year, reinventing the wheel. I lost a lot in the process. And so doing it in a way that's proven and that doesn't take all of my mental energy is great. Hey, Bits, drop that. Sorry, I'm going to mute for 1 second while I go tell him not to do that.
we're going to move on to Angela. We are in Angela and Jeff's home here in Port Charlotte, and we've been wanting to come here for a long time because we've heard about this place of process. It's magnificent, and we just had a wonderful
Oh,
event.
yeah, we had a great patching party. We had a bunch of people show up, and everybody was so excited to learn all about the products, including some people who'd been using them for a while, and now they're upping the amount of products that they're using. So they're adding more patches, they're adding cellular jaws, and it was great because we patched them and even though they had been using patches before, sometimes going back to those people and sharing with them different patches that will help now after they've started on the X39. It was really, really fun. Everybody wanted to get in. we had to order, we had to go and print up some new order forms because we ran out. But I just wanted to do a quick thing on Saturday, and Laura Balzer had a great little thing where she talked about her gratitude notebooks. And you know, gratitude takes you a long ways, because when you're in a place of gratitude, everything is better. I mean, how people respond to you is better. How you feel about yourself is better. Life is better. And to have a gratitude notebook, and sometimes just to be grateful for something as small as just a cup of coffee, you know, or a cold drink or whatever it is. There's so much to be grateful for. But one of the things she said I thought was really great was, close your eyes and imagine someone important to you and somebody that you love, and that you would have to say to them, I'm so sorry, we can't go on that vacation because I was just too lazy to get out of bed and contact 3 people each day. I was like, oh, put a knife in your heart. Like, I was just too lazy to do it. So I thought that was really great. And it's just that whole thing about envisioning success. And when you envision something to be, then that's something, your whole body, your whole mind, everything starts working toward making that happen. And when you do that, everything changes. So, you know, think about that, close your eyes, imagine someone important to you, and what will you say to them? Thanks, guys.
Mhm. That was beautiful, Angela. Oh, thank you. And we are so blessed. Angela and her wonderful husband, Jeff, have been dear friends of ours for decades. And we just feel so blessed to be in their home here in Port Charlotte, Southern Florida. And now that they're done building their dream home, they're
It's
going to
time to
start
use
building
it.
LifeWave. And they had a house full of people, friends from all around. And like she said, people were placing initial orders. They were up, you know, adding new product. And we ran out of order forms. I had to
That's
print
a
the
good
form.
problem to have.
So one of the things I wanted to highlight that really touched me was Marcy Preble, who's, you know, started the Evolve team along with Dr. Stacy and Peter and many others. She talked about the importance of a launch meeting. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Network Marketing 101. We used to do this 35 years ago when I first learned network marketing. When somebody joins a team, you go to their house and you do a meeting and invite them to
And you
invite their
launch
friends.
their business.
That's exactly it.
You help them launch their business. That's when they're most excited.
So I've talked with a number of leaders after that, and we all went, well, yes, duh, that's what we do. So we do have a website. We don't talk about much, but we're going to be upgrading and make it even better. And you could write this down. It's LY, stands for Live Younger, patchingparty.com. LY, patchingparty.com. There are some videos there that you could play at a patching party or a launch party, you know, or, you know, we had a meeting yesterday at our friend Harris Williams's new pickleball ranch or farm in Sarasota. And he's going to have pickle and patch parties because people are going to come to get patched and play pickleball. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call a launch meeting, a forum, just getting together. People love to get together. And a lot of people, especially women, are looking for reasons to get out of the house and go get together. So we're gonna be working on upgrading lypatchingparty.com and talking more about the tools that we can provide, you know, invitations, scripts, and everything else to just make patching parties even better. Now, one thing no one talked about yet is David Schmidt.
Amazing.
And he was the star of the show. He did a fabulous job, you know, kind of updating people on what's happening with Sell Your Jies and, you know, and just from the heart. And he was just starting to get into his discussion about X2O. And you won't believe it, but the fire alarm went off and everybody had to vacate the building. It was like, what? Who did that? Why did that? So we got cut a little short on David. He was there for us. in his shining best, as David always is. But one of the things he kind of dropped on us, he says, he didn't say it this way, but this is the way I interpret it. You think Elton John's good, you ought to see who else is coming. So, like our last convention last year, we had 3 stellar bands there. He let us know that we've only told you about Elton John, but there's more in store. So this is just a nudge for everybody. If you haven't bought a ticket, when we hang up from this Zoom, buy your ticket. God will provide the ways and means to get there. Just have trust and faith. You're going to not want to miss it, because this is a major milestone. This is for LifeWave, 10,000 people, a private Elton John conference. I haven't seen him since back in 1970, when the first time and the only time I ever saw him. But he was spectacular then. He's probably going to be good. He's probably a little over. That was 55 years ago.
He's 78.
Oh my God. 78. But it's still going to be fun. It's going to be fun just being together. So
thank you, everyone, for sharing some of your gleanings from Saturday and being together, because there is no substitute. I mean, it's a big deal to travel these days, and a lot of people had a hard time getting home with all the storms, but it was worth it to be here. And we maxed out our time here by doing 3 events, and we missed the leadership event that because our plane was late, but all went well, and we got to be with a lot of great people and get inspired and excited. So you want to do a few things in the newsletter?
Yeah, let me bring the newsletter up. There's a few other things in there we want to touch base with you briefly on. So we thank you, ladies, for your jewels and gems sharing with everyone here tonight. The other thing we wanted to mention, liveyounger.com updated, is now up and running, 3.1, and it's becoming a very valuable tool. I'd like to encourage you all to consider, when you enroll a new brand partner, to consider doing 3 things. Number 1, get them to download the InTouch app. That is one of the primary tools that the company provides us. Number 2, sign up for a personalized Live Younger website, liveyounger.com/your username, because that personalizes your message that you can put on all your business cards and send people to. And it has 5 progressive videos that unfold the opportunity and the products really well. And if someone wants to get started, they can click on Get It Started, and they end up right in your LifeWave website. And it's only $50 a year. It's not a moneymaker. I promise we've invested a lot more in building it than we're making by providing it to you. But our goal is to provide you tools, not to make money by selling or sharing tools, but to help you succeed by creating tools. So you can go to liveyoungersubscribe.com and subscribe. So that's the second thing I'd suggest when you sign up a new person. The third thing, do a launch meeting at their home. Even if you don't live near them, they can invite people over and you can Zoom in and talk to them all. Help them get started. Strike while the iron's hot. When someone first joins, that's the time to get them into motion. So I just like to invite everyone. And we did some re-engineering, and I got to tell you, the website's going to be constant, never-ending improvement. This is version 3.1. We'll have 3.2 out in another 30 or 60 days, because we're always fine-tuning it. We love feedback and input, and it is a work in process. So we've talked about this, and there it is, once in a lifetime opportunity.
Keep going.
Keep going
Is
further.
there something else I need to say about the
Click here to
company?
register.
Keep going. Okay.
Adding, okay.
Okay, so
There
the
you go.
company finally put up the link, because several people, a lot of us, bought more than 1 ticket for ourselves, and now you can transfer the names. And so there is a website link. It's also in our Live Younger Facebook group.
Mhm.
So if you bought more than 1 ticket, you want to make sure you assign it to the person that's going to be getting it.
Mhm.
And that will make a big difference on registration, trust me. And they changed the rank advancement recognition date. They gave us 2 more weeks. It
Mhm.
was August 31st. It's now September 14th. So if you want to, get recognized at the conference, it's really important to remember that date, set your goal for where you want to be, and know that that's the date, September 14th.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the requirement is that you've advanced from the rank you were at the last conference a year ago. So if
Correct.
last year you were a manager and this year a director, you're going to get recognized. If you join between the last conference and now you're a manager, you're going to get recognized. So everybody will get recognized for their current rank as long as it's one rank higher than what you were last October.
Good, thank you.
Good. Okay. So we're just going to jump into a week at a glance, and we're very excited to have Janet Kiefer. Robin and I are going to be in an airplane flying home tomorrow, so I won't be on the call. But we have Janet Kiefer, SPD, is going to be hosting the call. Ann Moreau and Dr. Henrietta, our health practitioners, are going to be on the call with Janet. So it's going to be a great call tomorrow night. And I want to remind everybody, this call is for guests. You know, I love that many of you are on every call, but you know what? Never miss a call, never go alone. You should have a guest on there. So let us present the business and the products and the opportunity to your prospects for you. Then you can get on the phone with them afterwards and sign them up.
All right. And I don't think there's anything else new this week.
I don't think so. The rest is, you know, business as usual. You know, I just want to point out that we do have this quick access URLs. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible, but we do have a very sophisticated, wonderful business. So make use of this, maybe print it out and post it on your wall, but there's some really good materials here. And patchingparty.com, the last one, number 12, in the primary places, videos, training tools for patching parties. And like I say, we're going to be working collectively with a number of leaders to kind of take that up to the next level to make it more user-friendly for you and more successful for your new brand partners to conduct their launch meetings.
I think we did it.
I think we did it. So I just want to thank all of our contributors here tonight. It's been so wonderful. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Yara. Thank you, Beamy. And who else did I miss?
Angela.
Angela. Thank
Velvet.
you, Angela and Dr. Velvet.
Yes, it was so great to be with all of you.
Yeah.
And we have a very, very bright future. And as David and the company would say, share the light. Thank you.
Share the light, share the light.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Mwah.
Good night.
Bye-bye.